I've got a quick tip for you while I'm out here practicing on the Harris chain. You know, we've got big flats of grass out here, and a lot of the grass is dying. I think they sprayed the lake. It's just not looking healthy. It's starting to turn brown and clump up, and the leaves are falling off, and there's areas where it's just black and decayed. It's just not looking good, not like it has in the past. But I just want to show you guys how I break down a flat like this. Like this flat out here is probably a half mile by a quarter mile. And the first thing I do when I get to a flat like this is I idle it. I want to mark any of the areas within that flat that look like sweet spots. So, you know, I'm trying to identify the outer weed line. I'm trying to identify whether there's any holes in the grass, whether I see any logs, any bluegill beds, any shell bars, anything that's a little bit different within the grass or along the grass edges are the sweet spots. So when I'm idling it, what I do is I mark things. So, you know, I'll go down the weed line and I'll put waypoints down that weed line so that I know exactly where the weed line is. I just finished fishing a hole in the weeds. It was probably a 30 yard by 30 yard area that was bare, so I literally put inside probably 5 or 6 waypoints that marked the hole on the inside of the weeds. I found a log over here that I marked. So you just want to mark the sweet spots, and then you can go back and fish those. If you don't get bit on those, you probably should just go to another weed bed, because those are the areas, the high percentage spots. What I like to do when I'm in these areas, I like to fish with a moving bait, but something that I consider kind of a hybrid, a finesse bait, but a moving bait. Like this is a Berkeley wind-up worm. It's like a speed worm type bait. It's a bigger profile, got a nice paddle tail on it, and I'll fish it with an unpegged bullet weight. This is just a 1/4 ounce. And the thing I like about this is when I move it with the unpegged weight, you know, I can move it quick. You know what, I like to fish it with strokes, so I'll just kind of give it a quick pop, and that bait will fly up, and then the weight sinks and the worm kind of hovers. Here, I'll see if we can see it over the side. What happens when that worm, you pull that worm, the weight falls off and the worm kind of flutters back down. And I like it because I can fish it at a rapid pace, but it's still kind of that finesse presentation. Really a key in my opinion. I've got a couple of fish catches that I can insert so that you guys can see from last year's Harris chain tournament when I was here.
I think about my seats being too small on the trike. Because yours are got a lot more flatter surface, you know? There you go. You used a 1/4 or 5/16 ounce?
This is a quarter. I got one rigged with a half because I knew with the wind it might be.
Oh yeah, keeping it down there.
Right here, I think. Quarters. I really feel like if you can get bit in the grass too, they're good quality.
Yeah. Here's one.
Yes. God. It's bigger than that. for me, it was all about kind of giving these, I was popping the bait, you know, give it a quick pop. That allows it to explode off the bottom, and then so the worm takes off. The worm then gently falls back to the bottom, and it creates those reaction strikes where the fish aren't expecting it to blow up off the bottom, and then when it hovers in their face, they just can't resist it. Great presentation, great way to break down these bigger grass flats. It hasn't been working super good so far, and then the day and a half of practice I've had. I mean, I've caught several fish on it. I should just say practice has been tough as a whole. But somewhere amongst these grass flats, you will find the winning fish. You just got to be able to look for it. And you really want to find those isolated areas within the bigger grass flats. You know, last year when I was here, I had pretty much the same cast over and over. And I was able each day to catch, I want to say 2 or 3 of my wayfish from one spot. And it was just because I put the time in during practice to idle around, and I found that it was a little bare spot basically in the weeds, and nobody else had identified it, and worked quite well for myself. So I'm gonna get back to work here. I just wanted to kind of give you that tip. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I can repeat last year's performance. Thanks, bye.